Hey yo guys, check out what I learned to do with editing magic. Ah! If you were wondering what was up with that intro, I am too. Hey, welcome back. I didn't die. I'm still alive, I think. Let me check. Yeah, there's a heartbeat somewhere in there. Uh, Welcome back to another deck tech. Sorry I was kind of gone for a while. I've been working on things. Anyways, forget about that stuff. What even is false memory psychosis anyway? Let's learn about Meaty Thwack. Oh yeah, that was good. Tromokratis. This was one of the first decks I've ever built, and it is a deck I will refuse to take apart because one person questioned me on why I ran him, and so now the deck is now just a spite list. It is to spite him, and it is actually kind of good. So what does Tromokratis do? Well, he's a 5-mana blue, beautiful, perfect, beautiful card that I would love to smooch. He's a legendary Kraken creature. Said that a little out of order. He has hexproof unless he is attacking or blocking, and he can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls blocks it, which means if one creature can't block, no creatures can block him. Groovy. That already tells you where this deck is going. Yep, it is Voltron, it is equipment, it is my artifact equipment Voltron deck, and some may ask, why don't I use SRAM? Or, any other person that actually synergizes with equipment. Now, I'll let you be the one to look in deep into his eyes and say, you weren't good enough. You didn't make the cut. And you can't be the Voltron commander that you've always wanted to be. Yeah, you can't do it, huh? Now, normally, this would be the part where I say, let's go over the boring part, lands, but the great thing about monocolored commanders is that you can build really simple land bases. I have a lonely sandbar, just in case. Why not? And 34 islands. 35 lands. That's it. That is you don't need anything else, really. I mean, I might want to put in a rogue's passage just to be sure, but he's already got the evasion. Oh my god, I'm ranting so much, I'm coughing! Next up, I'll go over the smaller categories first. So first I'll do enchantment. The Antiquities War. Nice little saga. I have a lot of artifacts in the deck, so it's gonna hit me some. And that last ability's there. Future Sight, another good card advantage card. Phantom Wings, most of the power comes from the equipments, but I have this in here because giving him flying almost makes him unblockable unless the opponent's board is all flying, which I'm looking at you, Kangi players. I know that because I have a Kangi deck. I'm a Kangi player. I'm that guy. And it also can save him if he's in a pickle. Rhystic Deluge, not a really good enchantment, but tapping down a creature makes him unblockable, so yeah. And Mechanized Production. A friend played this deck once. He won with this card. With the Replicated Ring. It's a good card, especially if you want to copy equipment. Next up are the Instant and Sorceries. Compulsive Research for some card advantage. Tidings for some card advantage. Whelming Wave, Crush of Tentacles, and Devastation Tide all basically do the same thing. Board wipes that bounce stuff to hand. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't run Cyclonic Rift on principle and because I'm a good person and not because I don't have the money for it. And Sleep. Sleep is basically just a game ender. Next up are the creatures. So first we have Dreamscape Artist, a pretty good ramp card in blue. It's kind of surprising, like, his ability for his color. It's kind of weird. You do have to pitch a card, so you're not really getting that much card advantage as much as green would, but hey, he's pretty nice. Foundry Inspector and Joyra's Familiar do the same thing in reducing the cost of my artifacts. Joyra's Familiar also has the benefit of reducing the cost of our favorite boy. Because he's a little expensive. Listen, with great power, you better expect those kinds of prices. Krakens don't come cheap. Riddlesmith, kinda card advantage, more card selection. Just helps. Padim, protection and card advantage. A pretty good card. Trinket Mage, I recently added this to this deck because I recently found one in my collection that I didn't know I have. And, I don't know, he might serve useful. If I get him out on turn 3 and I haven't found a Soul Ring yet, it's some good ramp. Or I could fetch out a Shadow Spear. He's there. Side Master Thopterist, because why not just get a dude with every time I play an equipment? Oh, and he can make me draw a card. But why not dudes? Look, I even have cool little Thopter tokens that I got from Card Kingdom. Thank you, Card Kingdom. Please sponsor me. That won't happen. I'm too small of a channel. Arcanus the Omnipotent. Good card advantage. Brass Squire. Would you count that as ramp? I mean, it cheats on costs of equips, so, you know. And, you know, if I were playing white, I'd get a lot more of that effect, but... Just look at how beautiful he is! Blighted Agent. Another recent addition to the deck. Listen, it's Voltron, alright? If Tromokratis isn't coming out for whatever reason, I gotta have the next best thing. It is technically better than Commander damage. Guardian of Tazim, again, if they're tapped, nothing can block, so that's always good. And almost all the lands in my deck are islands, so. Scourge of Fleets, another kind of board wipe-ish. And Meteor Golem, I might want to take that out for other stuff, but for now, he's in there. He's some good removal. Next up, I'll go over the non-equipment artifacts, just because I kind of want to get them out of the way, because most of it is ramp. Soul Ring, because it is a commander deck. Wayfarer's Bauble, because I have one and it's good ramp. Prismatic Lens, good ramp again. Mind Stone, Arcane Signet, 2 mana ramp. Replicating Ring, Worn Power Stone, and Spinning Wheel, all 3 mana ramp, and plus this can tap down a creature for a kind of expensive price. Hedron Archive, 4 mana ramp, that taps for 2. And Blinkmoth Urn, I'm pretty sure 80% of my deck is artifacts, so this will generate me a lot of mana. Mystic Forge, good card advantage. Icy Manipulator and Amber Prison. Cards that basically do the same thing. They say tap a creature. That's the important part. Again, I've been over this. If you've been paying attention in the video, you'll know why those are good. Next up, the bigger bulk of my deck is also instants, because I have a lot of counterspells to, you know, protect the beautiful king. Wash Away, I pulled it. I think it's actually really good. Like, it can be used as just a normal counterspell, or sorry, cancel, or it could just be, you know, counter a commander, or anything else that anyone, like any opponent that plays degenerate stuff. Envelop, counter sorcery spell, board wipes. Oh my god, it counters board wipes. Oh my god. Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. Hold on, let me drink some water. That's better. What I was trying to say is, it counters board wipes. Dispel, instance. I'm only going to be attacking on my turn, so a lot of the removal that will be pointed at Tromokratis is either going to be A, a board wipe, which gets solved by this one, or B, an instant, which gets solved by that one. There is a third answer, but we'll get to that later. Just you wait. Turn aside. Again, want to protect my boy. Negate. Tail's End. The third option is activated ability, so there we go. Solves that. Neutralize, just to cancel with the added benefit of cycling. Dissipate, just to cancel with no takesy backsies from the graveyard. Rewind, just some good counterspell with benefits of untapping lands. Keep Watch, some good card advantage if I'm playing against like a token deck that swings out with somehow a billion creatures on turn 5, but they're all like 0/1, so they don't do anything. Bluster Squall, a little bit of tappity. And Masterful Replication. This is actually a really, really funny card. It's gotten me into some wacky situations. And that's okay, because that's what Commander is all about, baby. Alright, now it's time to get to the filet mignon of the deck. The equipment. Shadow. My cat just interrupted me. Shadow Spear. +1/+1 trample and lifelink. Really good. Also, that second ability is there, I promise. Skybinder Staff, if they have anything with flying, Tromokratis becomes unblockable. Colossus Hammer, really, really funny. Just +10/+10. Heck yeah. Swiftfoot Boots, Hexproof and Haste is always good. Blackblade Reforged, only 5 mana to give my commander +1/+1 for each land I control. Heck yeah, I'll take it. Hero's Blade, another good equipment. Inquisitor's Flail. I wanna get Tromokratis to a one-hit kill as soon as possible, and doubling damage is a good way of doing that. Also, it has a funny little interaction, so I'll keep it off to the side for now, and I'll show you the little interaction. Nurok Stealth Suit can help save my creatures, but it's just another way to help protect Tromokratis. Whisper Silk Cloak does everything I kind of want it to do, unblockable and can't be targeted. Although it is Shroud, that's the one thing that is annoying. I have to equip it to something else if I want to equip more stuff to Tromokratis. I have to equip it back. It's a lot of back and forth. Barbed Battledealer, again, I want to get him to the one-hit KO threshold as soon as possible. That +4/-1. -1 doesn't really do much. +4 does a whole lot. Nettlecyst, I have a lot of artifacts. It's pretty good. Also, I pulled it. Darksteel Plate, protection. Well, not protection, just indestructible. But it gives my commander protection. I had a cold recently, and I am finding it hard to speak continuously. Sword of Hearthenhome, sorry. I drew it from a pack. It's ramp. I don't really use the other ability, but it's ramp. It's protection from green and white. No, you stay out of the comments. I want the other swords. I really, really do, but I also want to save up money for, important things, like my future. Fire Shrieker, there's the interaction. This doesn't give double strike, it doubles damage. So it doubles the damage from each strike on the double strike. So this and this basically just make it a one-hit KO from Tromokratis. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I have won with this deck. I promise. Grafted Exoskeleton, another good equipment to make him a one-hit KO because now I need to get it from 21 damage just to 10. And Argentum Armor because... And there you have it. My beautiful, beautiful boy. Look at him. Gaze upon him, for he is king and queen and everything in between. I really like Tromokratis if you haven't guessed. Squid Game!